welcome East Coast music fans to another bonus episode. Today we're back on the road again. Well, technically most viewers would know I'm not that far away from home, but we're at Shoebox Cantina in Glasgow, Nova Scotia. And today we have kind of a dual project because we have another singer-songwriter band combo situation here. So Landon Morris and the band Gardner. Welcome everyone. Thanks for making an appearance on our show.
Thanks for having us.
So you guys have a new single that just came out, which is your EPK that I read through was specifically focused around your single. But a little bit of history of the band. You guys as a band have been around for about a year.
So Gardner is like a weird thing. I basically, like, when I first started, I started playing guitar in January of 2021, and I just kind of like started writing stuff, and it tended to be acoustic because I had an acoustic guitar. But then I started making more electric things and kind of wanted to put them out, but like didn't want it attached to me because it wasn't good. So I just I was watching Bob's Burgers and they said the word Gardner, and I was like, okay, Gardner, that's it. So I put those out, and then over the last year I've just been like writing stuff and doing little demo recordings and things under that name. If things tend to be like louder or rockier, they just kind of are Gardner. And then we got a couple shows lined up, and last night was the second Gardner show ever. The first one was in December with Nathan on bass, Peter Lumsden on guitar, and Heidi Burns on drums. And then we did like a solo show kind of thing in September for my solo album release, and Alistair played drums with us. But last night was Magnus's first show. So this is like our first real lineup with like this crew. This will be our second show ever doing that tonight.
And this lineup is the lineup from the single as well? Did you guys do the studio recordings, or is this a Landon project that has been expanding?
Yeah, like Gardner kind of is just like this project where like I have these songs and do them, and I tend to just kind of get my friends to play on them. With Captain, that one I just went over. Nathan is like the guy I go to when it comes to writing. Like when I have a song and I want to make it good, I go right to Nathan. We did a few songs together and they were awesome. And so I went to Nathan, and Alistair and our friend Parker lived there. So Nathan played bass and he played some lead on it. And then Alistair played drums. It was awesome. And our friend Parker did a solo on it. And it just kind of like all came together like that. Mm-hmm. And we recorded it and did the best mix master thing we could. And it's just out like that. Yeah, Magnus hasn't played on any recordings yet.
Okay. And I suppose your age specifically doesn't matter, but I did see some of your TikTok videos around the radio station work that you do in Antigonish. You have a few of like top 5 videos. I know that Shoebox here got a shout out one for different venues in Nova Scotia. During that little rundown, you had mentioned it was your first independent show was at one of the venues up in Halifax, but I'm curious as far as your own musical tastes, and really what I'm getting at is influence for the sound that you're making now with your own music. Do you have a long history of following like East Coast bands, or is it more of an independent thing, or is there any particular influences that you would cite? I hear myself as a music fan, I can hear different bands that be similar. Like the new one, Captain, definitely has a little bit of a Winter Sleep vibe to it.
That's like Alistair's favorite band.
Oh, there you go. So yeah, that's creeping in there a little bit. I mean, I'm definitely CanCon focused when I start thinking of influences, but like a little bit of Treble Charger there, and maybe one of your songs as well.
You know what? I've never listened to Treble Charger, but if anyone out there knows the YouTubes and music reviewers, there's a music reviewer from the States named Professor Sky's Record Reviews. And he's just this French professor who reviews indie music. And I did an interview with him for our school newspaper, and he said the only band from Nova Scotia he knew was Treble Charger. And I was like, I don't know who that is, but
they did a lot.
I know them now.
Independent stuff and a lot of indie label stuff, helping other bands in like the Ontario region, like in late '90s. So
yeah,
definitely a band that back in those days I was working in record stores. Nice. So they were definitely somebody that I always followed because they were quick to promote other bands. They even had an enhanced CD that when you put in the computer, it brought up like 50 other bands that they were like friends with or toured with and stuff, and gave like little promotional clips and stuff. It was pretty cool.
That's awesome.
Technology did not hold up, but now we have YouTube and Spotify, so I mean, I guess we could take the trade off. There's a lot of stuff right at our fingers.
Yeah.
So now you've got the rest of the band here. So as I said, coming in the room, like I'm not that familiar with some of you guys. So are you all Antigonish based? Is that where you're
I'll
from?
pass this off to you, Nathan.
This is a tough one. I guess I'm from Glasgow County originally, but then went to school in at St. X in Antigonish, and now I'm just chilling there, working, playing music, and hanging out with these guys.
And were you in another band before this, or?
Yeah, so I do again. Like I don't know if I mentioned earlier, but I got a single actually here at Shoebox. God, I think a little over a year ago. Alistair actually played drums on it as well.
Oh, okay.
He got the track for that, and so I do my solo stuff, and then we're in another band, Traveling Nobodies, just an Antigonish based band. Yeah, so we're kind of jamming out, keeping super busy, which I'm stoked about. So.
And Alistair's in that as well?
Yeah. He plays bass in that, though. He's
awesome.
A multi-talented musician.
Yeah, it sounds like I might be in a room full of those types of people.
I don't know about that. But anyway, I'll pass it this way.
Yeah, sure.
I'm at St. FX right now, but I'm from New Brunswick, just outside of St. John, and right now I play guitar in a band called Piner.
Okay,
and, we're actually playing the Shoebox next weekend, so it's a cool spot.
Yeah, tell her to give us a shout out at some point. Sure. I keep seeing the name. I know you've been here before, and
Clay did a solo show here a few weeks ago, maybe a few months ago.
December.
Yeah, something like that.
It sounds like weeks, but it's in reality months. Yeah.
But we'll be here next weekend.
Oh, and did you just play a show with June Body with that band?
Yeah, we played the Seahorse in January. And
then you guys, as Gardner, have a show coming up with June Body as well. That's exciting.
Yeah.
So there's lots of interconnections there. They've been on the podcast a couple of times. So. They're awesome. Oh yeah.
Nice seeing familiar faces.
For sure. Yeah. And Alistair, you want to give a little background?
Yeah, so I'm originally from Mabou, Cape Breton.
Cape Breton boy, there we go.
From Mabou, but I go to St. X now. I'm in my fourth year, so I live up in Antigonish. I live with Nathan, and I met Nathan outside of a bar one night, and they asked me to play bass for their band. I told them I didn't know how to, and they said that's okay. You still can if you want, and then I just kind of started like playing bass with those guys, jamming a lot. Now I do more bass than anything, but I started out on drums, and that's pretty much it, really. Yeah, and I played with Bridges, a group when I was in high school, and it was a 3-piece band, and we did kind of like acoustic indie kind of stuff, and now I'm doing stuff with Landon and Gardner, and me and Nathan are in the Nobodies, and
You guys could have your own little mini festival of just all the bands like in this room here. That's pretty exciting. And the bands are all Antigonish based bands, so I'm a little ashamed at running this podcast that I haven't had any of those bands on yet.
Bridges are from based out of Mabou, right?
Like the area.
Yeah, like that area. When Alistair's home in the summers and stuff, it's Bridges time. But we're all Antigonish actually has a really good scene right now.
Yeah, I've been seeing a lot of shows, and I've made it up a couple times.
There's so many great bands out there. Just off the top of my head, if we're I'd love to give them some love. So
by all means.
Piner, incredible. They played the Seahorse. It was awesome. They just played the Tall and Small a couple weeks ago. It was great. Tom Curry's amazing. We have Parker McIsaac, who's amazing. Nathan's solo stuff's amazing. The Traveling Nobodies are awesome too. Bobby Bones. Yeah. Rob Halligan plays a lot. Sydney Archer, maybe my favorite musician in the world right now. She's based out of Antigonish. And then Moira and Claire, based out of there too, So there's just such a great scene right now that's really happening. And it's so cool to see. Tootie. They're this brand new band. And they did one show so far at Candid, and it was amazing. They're awesome.
Well, that was going to be my other question, too. Candid seems to be pulling in talent for their performances, similar to what is happening here at Shoebox and in the city, maybe like a Gus's Pub or Seahorse type band, or those types of bands. In Antigonish, besides Candid, is there other venues that people are going to? Or?
There is. Spindrift has musicians in like a couple days a week. It's like acoustic usually, which is, it's actually a really great vibe there. Like everyone's like, when the crowd's into it, they're really into it, which is really cool. Like it gets loud. Yeah. Piper's Pub. Yeah.
Yeah, Piper's has a good, is it Wednesday night maybe? Had an open mic?
They used to have the open mic, right? And then
it was like a use the mic. It was like a showcase. So I think Brent Collins used to run it, and he'd get like guest artists come in. He'd start the show playing his stuff, and then kind of showcase them in the second half.
Yeah, I was up for one with Caden. Hello, Caden, if you're watching this episode. Yeah. So you guys would know him from Antigonish as well.
He bought my old Stratocaster.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, I sold him a Stratocaster in December.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Small world.
Yeah, I guess so. But yeah, and that was just like a super awesome, I guess, opportunity for artists who either weren't or be starting to play, or just getting back into it or whatnot, or just needed some time on the stage to like get up and start playing again. It was awesome. I know I did it a few times, and I can.
Yeah, so I did it as well. Like, that was actually the first time I ever played a show at like an established venue, was at Piper's for a showcase. And now that I'm thinking of the showcases, I realized I forgot two more great musicians. Peter Lumsden solo stuff. He's from the Traveling Nobodies, and Shane Arsenault. How did I forget Shane? Yeah. Shane's a god. He's a guitar god. But
all these people getting shout outs, feel free to reach out. I mean, we're only like a half-hour drive away.
Do it.
Especially once the ice and snow melts away.
Yeah.
Good opportunities there.
Like, in Piper's, it was... What? Piper's was such like they do like occasional shows there now. I think Hammer Down plays every week, but the showcases were so special, like, to me. I mean, because it was my first time ever playing, but like every week you had there was someone had an opportunity to play a show and really just hone their craft, stage test stuff. Like, if it doesn't matter if there were 2 people there, or if there were 100 people there, like, you still got paid. It was really nice to have like this steady gig that, like, if you were ever like low or haven't played in a while, and you're just like, you know what, I'm probably going to get a showcase soon. Like, Brent, that was really good. That was really great of him. Awesome. And it was kind of cool too. Like, I took his course on how to play guitar at St. FX, and that's how I learned. So
cool.
It kind of full circle at that point,
So Antigonish definitely has a very supportive community up there for the independent musicians that are coming up.
Yeah.
And now that you are promoting a single, I mean, you had a full album out already, and it's solo and as Gardner.
Yes.
So that was like a year ago that you released those, right?
Yeah. The first single for my solo album came out just about a year ago, and Nathan and Alistair play on it. It was called Untethered. And then in September, the solo album came out. And then in December, the Gardner EP came out. And then Captain just dropped not long ago. Like,
so obviously I'm here today to see you guys perform as well. And I mentioned that you have a show upcoming there with June Body. You just performed last night as well with Wygo. Where were you last night?
We were at Candid.
Okay, that was a Candid show last night.
It was crazy.
Is there a few more shows coming up, or you're still in the process of booking things?
Right now, the only thing we have lined up is that Seahorse show, but like...
And when is that, just for anyone that's...
Thursday, March 16th, we'll be with June Body, who are amazing, Persephone, who are like one of my favorite bands I've ever seen live.
And if anyone hasn't seen them, we have some clips on our YouTube channel, so go check that out for sure.
And then Redmond is doing a DJ set at the end, which is cool. But yeah, we're excited for the Seahorse. But like, Magnus is the only one who's played there before. But I think the rest of us are like, we want to do it and we're super excited. But it's daunting. It's the Seahorse.
Well, yeah, you're going into a more densely populated area than where you're traditionally been playing. So yeah, I could see a little bit of jitters, but I'm sure you guys will do fine. And from the music I've heard, I haven't seen you live yet, but I'm going to assume that you back it up on stage as well.
Yeah, these guys carry it. They do.
And so now that you have these guys here with you, and Captain's out as a single, and you're doing a few shows, is there future singles that you'll be releasing with this band, and potentially like an EP or an album in the works at some point?
I'd really like that. I mean, like we only did the one Gardner show back in December, and it was like super last minute, and we've had kind of time to sit now and really work on these songs. So I feel like we have a new one that Nathan and I wrote like 2 weeks ago that we're gonna play tonight. But I think like this lineup, I feel really happy with it, you know, and I feel really happy with these guys, like playing with these guys. So I'd love to still record more stuff and you know, do more shows and EPs and stuff. Like it's really fun, and I think I don't know. I think you guys have fun with it. And
absolutely.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, wherever the wind takes us, right?
Come down to fuel costs once you start getting requests to play other places, if you can keep up with all the travel. But like I said, the summer weather's coming soon. We've only got like a month or two left of cold weather, and then you can start ripping around again.
Thank God.
Is there any other projects that you have from any of your other bands that are maybe releasing anything in the next couple months, or any other shows that are coming up, or we're focusing on Gardner for the next little bit?
We're all kind of still doing like our thing. Like Piner's playing up here next weekend, which is dope. Traveling Nobodies are playing at Candid. What's the date? The 18th?
It's the 18th.
Yeah, March 18th. I'm doing a solo show up in Halifax at Level Down, which is like this super cool like arcade in the bottom of the Pint. That one Andre Petitpas is like, he kind of took the reins on it, and it's a super cool spot. So we're all just keeping as busy as we can, playing music and doing everything that we can to keep doing it, you know.
Awesome. And I think we'll probably be in touch as you guys are moving forward. I'll be curious to see how long you're rocking up in Antigonish. A few of you are in school, it sounds like. So
yeah, us three are. Nathan finished last year.
So Nathan's going to be the rock for keeping you in Antigonish. So
Okay.
Yeah. You all have you guys in school, you're working as well now.
Yeah, I work at the bank right now.
Look at that, he is the rock. He's a finance guy.
Yeah, I'm holding it down, but no. Plan is actually to probably head out to the land down under for a little bit. I think I'm gonna take a quick rip over to Australia for a year.
Oh, that's fun.
But then come back. No, it won't be that long.
Will you do music stuff down there, or you got alternate reasons to be down there?
Honestly, well, I mean, music would be awesome too. But no, just gotta, I don't know, see what the other side of the world is like for a bit. And I don't know. I think like I love Aussie music, like. Yeah, like the punk band, the Chats. I'm hoping to God I see them at some point down there. So yeah, I mean, if I can get involved with any music down there, I'm totally on board. But mostly just going to just explore, see what's up. I think it's always inspirational to music. So yeah, I'm stoked.
And a little bit off the side of the band stuff itself, I did mention that you work at a radio station in English as well. If maybe you want to plug what you do up there as well, because like I said, I've seen you on TikTok, and I know that you're doing some social media stuff, so this might be a good opportunity for you to give a shout out to your accounts there as well.
Yeah, so I am, for the next month at least, the co-station manager with Claire of Moira and Claire for CFXU 93.3 The Fox, which is St. FX's radio station. And it's super fun. It's a super rewarding job trying to foster a great music community, and everything we do there. It's campus and community, so if anyone wants to get involved, we'd love to have you. There's going to be new staff next year because Claire and I are graduating. But we do like interviews with artists, and people can send their stuff to our music directors, and we've done an in-studio session, which was cool. And you can find us on Instagram at Radio STFX, and we're on TikTok like CFXU The Fox. That's where people can find us. Our TikTok just kind of went off one day, and we got some views on some stuff, which is cool.
Yeah, like we had, as you had mentioned, we had met there once downstairs here. But I stumbled across your TikTok by accident, actually. It was just because it was showing up in our feed from common interests. I'm sure we were bound to overlap at some point doing interviews with East Coast musicians. So
yeah, this is weird being on the other side.
Yeah.
It feels like I should be doing that.
Yeah,
you know,
I've interviewed a couple people that are used to being on the other end, and there's always a little different nuance to the way the interview goes.
Yeah, I'm a rambler.
Oh, that's perfect because this is technically, I mean, we go under the podcast format, but technically these bonus episodes is a YouTube channel. So, I mean, the YouTube channel maybe isn't designed around a lot of talking, but the podcast is. So the people that are coming looking for it are looking for rambling.
Well,
They want to
Alistair,
hear.
like Alistair and I met. Well, we met like in high school, just kind of through friends. But we actually became friends through the radio station.
Okay.
I was looking to do a radio show in first year, and I was like, "Who do I know on campus who likes music?" And I was like, "Oh, that Alistair fella from Mabu, the one with the high top fade. He he really likes music. Let's get him on." We both like Matt Mays.
Cool.
And so I was like, "Dude, you want to do a radio show?" And he was like, "Yeah, man, let's do it." And so we did that, and then like became close through that. So radio is like really special to not only me but to this band as well, because through Alistair I met Nathan, and then through Claire, my radio station manager, co-manager position, I met Clea, and through Clea I met Magnus. So it's like it's all kind of centered around the radio, which is really cool.
That's awesome. And it gives you that community of like-minded people that are into music and supporting the independent artists, which is similar to the people that I meet through the podcast, I'm sure. So
Yeah.
no, that's awesome. So where, for anyone that's been watching this interview and perhaps didn't make it out to the show tonight, where should people look for you guys online?
You can follow everything to do with my solo stuff and Gardner stuff, LM Gardner on like Instagram and TikTok and Twitter. But I don't know the Traveling Nobody socials. I know Piner's Piner Music. Yeah. But yeah, if you guys want to like shout your stuff out too, I'll give you the microphone.
Yeah, just you can find, I guess I'm associated with you through the ones you just said, but yeah, Traveling Nobody, I think it's the Traveling Nobody's official on Instagram. Yeah, very long, no spaces, but and for, I guess, my own stuff, I don't really have anything for my own stuff. We don't have TikTok for the band, kind of boomer. Facebook, yeah, Facebook and Instagram for the Traveling Nobody's official.
And is there a consensus from the group as far as Spotify or Bandcamp or anything like that, as far as where to listen for songs? Or I know the Gardner and Landon stuff is on Spotify because I had it on today.
Yeah, it's all on Spotify and Apple Music and Bandcamp and all that stuff. And Nathan's single, Come Back Virginia, by Nathan Langley is on all that stuff too. Not Bandcamp maybe, but it's on everything else. And it was recorded here at Shoebox. I just want to give that song as much love as I can because it's awesome. Yeah.
I think the stigma of Spotify has died off a little bit. Everyone's using Spotify again and not worrying about it. But
like, it's terrible because we make like no money from it.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like, there's alternatives. It's so accessible. People can hear our music, and if they like it, they can go to the Bandcamp or they can come to a show, right?
And Bandcamp has a lot of development in progress. I think over the next year or two, you're going to see a lot more stuff coming from there. They just introduced queues, so you can build your own playlists and stuff.
Nice.
So we may, for anyone listening, that's a little advanced thing. Andrew and I are in discussions of maybe starting to do a Bandcamp companion playlist. Right now, we're just doing YouTube ones.
Cool.
We did do Spotify because our podcast is through Spotify, but it's a lot to keep up with too, because you're adding like 20 to 30 bands into a playlist every 2 weeks or so. So the bonus episodes do not have it, but everyone can find you guys on all of the platforms. It sounds like.
Yeah. Magnus, what's your
upcoming
social medias?
show.
I feel like I just totally forgot to give.
Yeah, go ahead.
That's a good question. No, I just have an Instagram just under Magnus Lebilwa, and that's gonna be a fun challenge for you to figure out how to spell that. But yeah,
I've known how to say it.
yeah.
You should offer a prize for anyone that watched this and then contacts you on
Is
Instagram.
getting the chance to follow me.
Oh, there you go. That's a wonderful prize.
Yeah,
Awesome.
but,
I think you got it all. Honestly. I think this one. Yeah, I can't think of anything else.
Perfect. So you guys are performing tonight. You have the show coming up at the Seahorse. Captain's out now for everyone to hear. And as we wrap up this interview for the viewers on YouTube, we'll go into a song. And I'm pausing for a second because I'm going to edit there because I don't know if I'm going to use the captain with some kind of graphic or if I maybe get a clip of you guys live tonight. We'll use that. All right. So I'm going to put that there where I edit. All right. Thank you guys. And look forward to hearing more from you in the future. It's been a pleasure. And I'm excited to see you guys play tonight.
I will say also, I just want to absolutely say, like, what you do is so important for the music scene. It's such an important job, and it's thankless, and it's out of pocket. So it really is. Like, it's a behind-the-scenes job that also has so much effect. So from all of us and from all the musicians, like, thank you for everything you do for the scene.
I appreciate that. I do appreciate you saying that. I will give credit to everyone that I've interviewed. I do get a lot of thank yous from the musicians that I'm interviewing.
Good.
So it's rewarding in that way. It has its own benefits. So thanks again for coming, everyone. And, well, I guess I came to you this time. So, yeah, maybe we'll be in touch when you have another single out or if you have any new shows coming up. And anytime you have anything you just want to plug, feel free to send me a note and we can read some stuff off. We got a little bit away from our news since we've been doing so many interviews, but it is East Coast DNA, the music news and interviews podcast.
Injected here.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a good tagline.
Perfect. All right. Thank you, everyone. And for anyone that didn't already subscribe to the YouTube channel, you're there now. Click subscribe. Thank you.
Streets at night without a sound or a light to guide me home. In the laundry with your clothes, I am spinning more and more out of control. Where did it all go wrong? Why did I leave you alone in a life so monochrome? Let it all come down, let it ride. Give me strength or give me courage, I have nothing left to lose. All these feelings I refuse. Hold the door from restraint and try to sink into my brain. Is it strength or is it courage on your face? Let it all come down, let it ride. On the ocean, in the dark, I have to waste on crashing, give my body to the dark. I am lost captain on the ocean, in the dark. spend all of my money. I buy a fancy new guitar, spend the rest on you, my honey. We could take a nice vacation to Brazil or to Peru. But I'm broke with zero credit, so it's back to bed with you. Oh, 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 I'm broke. I wanna move into the city, but the rent is way too high. Guess I'll move back home with my grandmother, go FDI and waste my time. Maybe I'm incompetent, maybe I'm a mess, or is it something else entirely? Oh well, going back to bed. Oh, oh, I have no money in my bank account.